Everyone. Thank you so much for joining our Metis community live stream. This week, we're going to give a few announcements, some short updates, and then we'll move into Q&A before we play an interactive quiz game where one winner will get the chance to take home $100 USDC. So let's get started. All right, so thank you so much for joining us this week. If this is your first time hopping on for a live stream, we do these every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern time. A lot of times it's just announcements and updates, but we always want to hear your questions. And from week to week, we'll share new updates and announcements from what we're building at Midas. Quick disclaimer though, nothing in this presentation is financial advice. We're not trying to encourage you to buy anything or tell you any legal or financial advice here. This is just information and education. And on that note, we do love to accept your questions for the live stream. So we gather them every week and our team goes through and tries to answer them. A lot of them we get repeatedly, so we're going to keep answering them repeatedly. But if you have more questions, it's great to submit them in advance so that we're ready to get to them in each live stream. We also accept questions like as the live stream is going, but we just may not have time to get to all of them before the end of the session. So if we don't get to yours that you submit today, then we'll pick back up with them in a future live stream episode. This is a busy week for us at Metis. So our whole team is coming down to Austin, Texas. And there are two conferences happening in Austin right now. There's Decentral, and then right after that, there's the Consensus Conference. So Decentral starts today. Elena, our CEO and co-founder, is not on the live stream today because she's actually speaking. So she's delivering a panel today, and I think she's offering an interview. And then I will go up right after this and teach a workshop. So really exciting education and speaking opportunities at Decentral. If you're in the area, please look us up. And then we will also be at Consensus. So a bunch of the Metis team is coming. We have a booth. We'll be at booth 102. Please stop by. We would love to see you, love to talk to you. This is a great place to get your questions answered in real life. So please come check us out. We're also going to be hosting a Metis Fest. So this is a new kind of event that we've started, which is like a combination of education and thought leadership in Web3 combined with having a good time, music. Sometimes there's art, dancing, all of those things come together at Metis Fest. So we are hosting one as a side event for Consensus. So our co-sponsors are here. We're going to be at the Caroline restaurant. So it's in Austin, upstairs. I think we're on the second floor. So join us on Saturday from 7 to 11 for a really great time. Just to give you a little insight into some of the education that's going to happen at that event, we'll have a panel on scaling usability in Web3. So we'll have representatives from Dex Pools, BP Finance, Rome Blockchain Labs, and of course from Midas, very own Elena. And then we'll have our own team member, Jose, is going to moderate. After our panel, we'll have a fireside chat with our head of product, Karya, and we'll have someone from the DAOist, Stephen, come and chat with us on the DAO ecosystem. So looking forward to the fireside chat, which will be followed by a couple of keynote speakers. Alex from Rome Blockchain will talk about advice for building in Web3. So any devs or people who are interested in starting a Web3 business, please be sure to join in and come check that out. And then finally, we will have a keynote from Steve from Dora Hacks on building the infinite hacker movement. So going to have a lot of exciting things coming up at Metis Fest. I hope to see you there. I also want to give one last shout out for our ETH Toronto conference that's coming up. This is a blockchain futurist conference and in the birthplace of Ethereum in the city of Toronto. And Midas and our associated nonprofit Crypto Checks are working hard to help kind of plan this event, and we're going to host a hackathon. So please use this QR code to sign up. If you want to be a speaker, a mentor, a hacker, if you just want to come, it's a free event, but space is limited. So please do go ahead and get your applications in using that QR code there. You can also check out our Discord. Toronto has a Discord. I'll share that in a future live stream so that you can join the Discord there if you don't find it on your own. So thank you so much. Now we're going to move into some questions. And before we get into like our list of questions that we have, one of the ones that we're just kind of repeatedly getting and that we're addressing in multiple ways, but we still get the question is Metis still a layer 2? So I just want to just nail this in one more time that yes, Metis is still a layer 2. Our security is still based on the Ethereum layer 1 network. Essentially, we collect and roll up a batch of transactions. We post our data to Memo Labs with this Merkle tree root format, and then the transaction batch state roots are posted to L1. So whenever it's needed, there's like a fraud proof or some verification needed on L1, data gets brought back on chain through that Merkle tree root format. So it's kind of like a transaction ID almost. Everything is resolved on layer 1, and so it's really just like adding another layer to the security. It's not like we're creating our own consensus mechanism. It's a network that adds another layer of oversight. So we're just kind of beefing up our own security. We're not replacing the Ethereum layer 1 security. All right. Now let's move into our Q&A before we get to our questions. So please excuse me as I only have one screen. So I'm going to be looking down, reading questions. And my teammates are going to hop on and help me with answering some of these. So let's see. Any updates on more centralized exchange integrations? There are a lot of restrictions on some of the centralized exchanges, especially depending on what country that you're living in. So just to kind of answer that, we're really pushing for that every day. It's a work in progress. With the regulation kind of evolving, we're just kind of taking it one step at a time and doing our best to work with the system as it's evolving. So we're pushing for it. Stay tuned. What happened to, let's see, me move down to the next one. I can't read that one very well. Okay, someone said, is Midas receiving rounds of fundraising just like we see in other L2s? And I can let Kevin hop on and talk to this if he would like to, but essentially we already have, we're self-funded. So we're not taking in all these VC rounds like you might see on some other chains. Kevin, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, first, no need to worry about the funding. I think we're reserved, and as Ashley said, for now there's no consideration of future fundraising. Yeah.
Thank you. Someone mentioned something about wanting to see a press release. And I will kind of hint that we're having we'll have some announcements this week. So please stay focused on that. It's coming very soon, but Chelsea, our marketing lead, is on. And Chelsea, if you want to just kind of like give a little update on what we're focusing on for marketing this coming week and where people can keep an eye out.
Sure. So we don't want to give too much away, but I'll keep your eye on reputation power. There will be a few product releases coming soon, so I'm basically giving it all away, but you heard it here first. There will be a new product release, Reputation Power, which you can expect to launch within, I would say, I don't have a hard timeline. I'm thinking it'll be a month, maybe. I don't have the exact timeline that comes in from product, but you will see a suite of updates starting this week, including a press release, an article. You'll find some materials that we'll share with the community to get everyone on board, engaged, and we'll also be launching a contest at the beginning of next week. It'll be an Nft Badge Contest. What that means is essentially we're asking the community to help us design a very major part of this product, the Nft Badge system, or not so much the system, but the artwork for the Nft badges. So the community within Metis, as well as beyond Metis, have the opportunity to submit artwork. And this artwork will then be voted on, and the winner will receive a prize in Metis, which is awesome. And then the artwork itself will be used for the Metis NFT badges. More details to come. And so stay tuned for updates. Then in regards to reputation power, which is what we're focusing on at this time, and then there will be other releases in the future. You can keep your eye out too for more talk about decentralized autonomous companies, DACs. And I will say that there's, again, I won't give everything away on this point, but there'll be a DeFi summer for Metis, not in terms of in terms of projects. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. We're looking forward to DeFi summer.
Thank you, Chelsea. Yeah, I also want to just remind everyone that next week on our live stream, I think I hinted at some of the questions being answered again on our layer 2 infrastructure, but I don't think I mentioned that Pavel, our integrations lead, and Yuan, our CTO, our tech lead, he's one of the co-founders of Midas. He's going to be on the live stream next week talking specifically about our architecture and to answer some of those questions. So please be sure that you are ready to join in next week to learn from them as well. And Chelsea kind of mentioned something about this. Our next question is, when will Metis release the DAC architecture? So this is kind of all coming together like a big puzzle. You know, one of the things that we're really focusing on at Midas is trying to make it easier for people to integrate blockchain into their business models, trying to make blockchain more accessible for people, and increasing accessibility. So reputation power is one piece of that puzzle, and DAC architecture is something that we're building out as we speak. So test version will be available very soon. And then, you know, just stay with us for the live version coming up this year. So we're really excited about what's being built. It's all going to work together in synchronicity. What has Midas achieved so far according to the roadmap, and what is the next plan for the project? So we have shared articles about, you know, kind of what our roadmap looks like and where we've arrived to this point. We've launched an NFT bridge. We have integrated our decentralized storage layer, which has brought the cost of our transactions down to 1 or 2 cents. And we've also launched our verifier nodes as part of our decentralization and kind of bringing our community into the security of our network. We're working on a peer network, and we also have a lot of those exciting products and systems coming, like reputation power and all the pieces of DAC infrastructure that we're working out. That there will be a second half of the year roadmap coming out very soon, though. So stay tuned for that. We'll have some more details on what you can look to see from us through the end of this year. I know I'm kind of flying through these, so if anybody on the team feels like they want to hop in, just feel free to pop your hand up there. Let's see. Any plans to make the current CEG process exciting? Yeah, multiple plans. In fact, we have Doug, who is our CEG governor of sorts. He hosts our live streams and it's a really great job at coordinating with those projects. So I'd like to invite him on to give us a little update and speak to that.
The governor, I like that. Yeah, guys, so CEG is really going to continue to evolve. It's been an evolving and growing program since we started. I've already got 14 projects through it, really great projects, and it's been really great to see the community get involved, kind of grow the Telegram chat, grow CandyDAC, the forum that we use, and also getting the projects excited about it. We actually this week just finished a comprehensive marketing package, a co-marketing package. So when projects do pass CEG and become community verified projects, CVPs, they can continue to use the benefits. And so the idea is to make the CEG program both interactive for the community, but also for developers and projects. They're just trying to grow a community or don't necessarily have a community, and are really trying to get in touch with our community. Make that part of the package for them to use. So, and getting exciting, that just comes with growth, right? So, over the next few months and years, really, when we eventually have thousands of DApps on Metis, and maybe only 600 of them want to go through the CG program and get that co-marketing, but just to kind of continue to grow the program and give something to offer to make it exciting for developers and the community. But we're definitely ahead of it.
Thank you so much, Doug. Yeah, those live streams are on Thursdays. And it's at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah. And then you got 3 days after that to get your vote in.
Right. So definitely log on and check those out. You can also see like the previous week's recordings on our YouTube channel, the Metis Governance YouTube channel. So if you missed a live stream, but you still want to get caught up on what the projects are doing before you vote, please do that. Informed voting is the best. Okay. We have a lot of questions that come about like ETH proof of stake and when the merge and all of those things, what's going to happen with Midas. So just to talk on some of the high points, the merge doesn't necessarily mean that transactions on the Ethereum network are going to be cheaper and faster for individual users. It will transition to proof of stake, which will drastically reduce the energy consumption that's required to secure the network. And eventually, as dank sharding is released, throughput speed will increase dramatically, but that's not going to happen right away. So Midas is still seeking to provide a solution to the speed, scalability, and cost issues of Ethereum. So we're still going to be providing the infrastructure for fast and cheap transactions. We're still going to have our DAC infrastructure, which is going to allow Web 2 businesses to easily onboard to Web 3. So it's not necessarily like removing the need for layer 2 infrastructure. It's just improving the infrastructure of layer 1. Anybody else want to add anything to that? You're welcome to hop on.
Yeah, I want to add one point that actually Metis is not only a layer 2 project. Our layer 2 is here to serving the purpose of to backbone the Web3 economy. So above, on top of the layer 2 infrastructure, we are building the reputation power, the DAC framework, and we hope to enable business, organizations, community, and even individuals to thrive in the Web3 space. So yeah, I hope to add this. I hope community member can also understand that Metis is a Web3 company, not only a layer 2 part. Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, that answers one of the questions that we had on, how are we different? We're not just a layer 2. We are truly a Web3 business building products to support innovation in this space. So we're really like trying to fuel the ethos of decentralization with everything that we do. Please tell us more about Smart L2. Yeah, so again, Kevin, Yuan and Pavel will be on next week to talk more about our Smart L2 infrastructure. That's going to be the focus of next week's live stream. But we do have a couple of articles on it on our Medium channel, our Twitter post, and then I just went over some of the differences before we started Q&A. So we have resources for you, and we'll be talking more in depth about it next week as well. Okay, other questions? Chainlink every week with Chainlink, when Chainlink. We're working on it. The integration process takes a lot of time because we want to be sure that it's done well. So Chainlink has their own procedures and so they're working on their end, and we're offering whatever support we can on our end as well. As far as like what changes will come after that, I think that having Chainlink integration will just it'll offer more infrastructure for other dApps to deploy on our network. So it's just going to kind of open some doors for protocols that need Chainlink services. Okay. let's see, moving on to the next question. Under the supply schedule, it says community development 9%, of which 6% will be released based on required tasks for the first 12 months, while the remaining 3% will be released over the following 12 months. Could you share whether the 6% has already been distributed, what tasks it involves, and who received it? So we're still in the distribution stage of that 6%. And the builder mining rewards that we offer, where we offer rewards back to every dApp on our network at the end of every month based on transaction volume. That's kind of like our ongoing support that we provide to projects on the network. That's still coming from the 6%. So it's still in process. What happens if Memo Labs goes down? So Memo Labs is our decentralized storage network. And if it goes down, it doesn't affect the Metis network or its security. It's there to provide easy transaction data access, but it's not required for our security. So the validators can simply download transaction data from the peer network, even when Memo Labs is not available. So if Memo Labs went down, potentially our gas prices would go up a bit, but our security would not be impacted. All right. We've talked about a few of these things, so I'm kind of scrolling through some questions that I've already seen. Looks like I've got a couple here in the chat. How does Metis EVM compatibility make it superior to other platform infrastructures? And what kind of convenience does EVM support provide to developers? So Kevin, would you like to answer anything on that?
Okay, so actually Metis is EVM equivalence, which means if you are a developer developing the apps on Ethereum network, you can easily migrate and deploy on Metis. There's no much need to be changed. So I don't think these I think this is inherent advantage for layer 2, because it's stand on top of layer 1 Ethereum. Inherent is security, and also it's large base of community. So the EVM equivalence is the convenience that we can bring to the developers.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, another question was about like attracting projects to Metis, and this is a big part of that. It's making integration easy, and then it's offering those builder mining rewards so that we're providing consistent support. And then, of course, like our CVP process allows projects to potentially be supported by the Metis team in other ways. So we're really trying to focus less on one-time incentives and really more on long-term growth and sustainable collaboration. Let's see. In light of the recent Bored Ape exploit, how can we manage dApp approvals for our MetaMask wallet? So you can use revoke.cash and choose Metis network to revoke permissions. So whoever was asking about that, there you go. Let's see. Some of these we kind of chatted about last week, but just to hit on a few of them, we are updating our Metis official website. So if you're looking for a search function or some specific feature, that's in progress. We're working with the design team. Our team is working to make sure that it's intuitive and clear and that all the necessary information is easy to find. So that's something that we're working on developing right now, and it will have a search function. Let's see. Airdrop on our governance. So the only way to receive the airdrop as it stands is potentially if you vote in our CEG process, then you could potentially receive rewards as as a reward for participating in the voting process. So that's, and it's not something that we do all the time. It's a maybe. So that would be how you would get your airdrop. When will there be a new set of verifiers? Is this planned with increasing user network usage? Kevin, would you like to speak to that one?
Currently, I think the verifiers we have around 80 something. It's pretty enough for now. I believe with the expansion of our network and user base, more verifier will be needed. So please stay tuned with us for new application announcement. But for now, I think it's pretty enough.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. So I think this is, there's several in here that we've answered in different ways. So I think that's kind of the bulk of the questions for now. If you have more questions in the future, please submit them to us so that we can answer them in our upcoming live streams. Again, next week, you'll want to tune in to get all the info from Pavel and from Yuan on our Smart L2. They're going to talk a little more in detail about our infrastructure and technology. So now it's game time. We're going to play an interactive game. You're going to need a separate device for this. So if you're watching this on your computer, get your phone out to play Kahoot. You want to have a separate device because you'll be able to see the questions from my screen share. But when you look at your device, like you'll have to answer with your phone. So you need to have two screens for this part. I'll read the questions as well, but it'll be easier if you can read them too. So when I give you the code to join the game, or when I give you the directions for that, you will sign up, you'll sign in, it'll ask you to input your Telegram handle. We ask for that so that we can identify you because one winner is going to win $100 worth of USDC. That Telegram handle is not shared. It's player identifying information that's only available to us so that we can communicate with you after the game is over. Once you get logged on, it'll ask you to input a pattern, a correct pattern of shapes on your answer thing so that you can verify you're a human. And then you will answer questions within a given time frame. So I think I've given about 30 seconds for about 11 questions. Excuse me, about 11 questions. The faster you answer the question correctly, the higher you get on the leaderboard. So correct answer matters more for your position, but the faster you can answer it correctly, that gives you that slight little edge in the leaderboard. So get out your second device, know your Telegram handle, and I'm going to start sharing my Kahoot screen so that we can get started. And anybody who wants to play, definitely hop on and let's get started. So I'm going to pull up, stop my share. And we're going to listen to the music because it's exciting. All right. So you should be able to see this game pin. You can scan the QR code that's on the screen, or you can go to kahoot.it, enter that game pin, and that will allow you to join the game. So give some time for people to get logged in. Again, just go to kahoot.it and then enter your Telegram handle. And then you can choose a nickname. That will be your nickname for the game. Then it's going to ask you to input the pattern that's on the screen because it has to verify that you're a human. And then you get added to the game. The pattern changes every 7 seconds because Kahoot has bot issues. So Nice. Got a few more people in. Couple more to go. Nice. The automatic nickname generator is really helpful. If you have ever played this game with high school students, you know how dicey this part of the game setup can be. All right. I'm going to give 1 more minute for sign up and then we're going to get started playing. So far, your chances of winning $100 are pretty high. $30 seconds. All right. Oh, we lost one. See if you can get back in. I'll let the pattern change one more time, and then we're going to get started. Okay, here we go. So let's begin. I'm going to, oh, nice, I got another. Start. Okay, so answer the question as quickly as you can correctly. First question is, Metis is a layer 2 scaling solution on Polygon, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana. If you're still trying to join, at the very bottom of the screen, you'll see the game pin and the pattern. So you can still join the game a little late. Seconds. Hurry, hurry, hurry. All right, nice. Metis is a layer 2 scaling solution on the Ethereum network. Very good. Ethereum is our layer 1. So we inherit all the security of decentralized network. All right. Yellow Lemming, you are in the lead. Next up. Question number 2. How do I receive an airdrop of rewards? You can red, vote in Metis CEG snapshots, yellow, join the Metis Telegram, blue, comment on our Twitter, or green, tell people about Metis. How do you get an airdrop of rewards? 10 seconds to go. Nice. You have to vote in our CEG snapshots and you might potentially receive an airdrop. Very good. All right. Let's see who's on the leaderboard. Yellow Lemming is still in the lead. Awesome. Next, Funny Condor, very close behind. That's a very tight spread. It's getting intense. Let's go. Number 3. What will happen to Metis transaction fees if the token value goes up? Okay. Transaction fees will rise. The price will dynamically adjust, transaction fees will go down, or they will stay the same. This is a question asked in a previous live stream, so if you weren't there previously, you might not know. Nice. Okay, it will dynamically adjust. So yeah, it will dynamically adjust as we go. Let's see, Funny Condor has taken the lead, followed by Yellow Lemming and Groovy Rooster. Nice. All right, true or false? Easy peasy. There are still 2 token unlocks scheduled. True or false? Seconds to go. Get your answers in. Right, it is false. No more token unlocks. So that is false. We're done with those. Funny Condor, you're still in the lead. Yellow Lemming coming in hot. Green Seal and Gladlark, y'all are moving on up. Here we go. Next question. What's the main difference between Metis L2 and the Matic chain? Is it red, cost, yellow, private blockchain, blue, transaction speed, green, the security of the Ethereum Layer 1 network? The main difference. It could be argued there are some. Nice, very good. It's the security of the Ethereum network. Excellent. Okay, even though we do have the cheapest fees. Next up, Funny Condor. You're crushing it. You're on a streak. Way to go. All right. A little over halfway there, y'all. Builder incentives on Metis. Do you get red, rewards based on transaction volume, yellow, grants, blue, airdrops, or green, rewards based on TVL? How do our builder incentives work on Metis? Get your answers in. Oh, a little bit of a split answer here based on transaction volume. So yeah, very good, very good. Next up, let's see who's, oh, Yellow Lemming, coming on up. What term best describes Metis tech as it is now? Optimistic rollup, smart L2, ZK rollup, or sidechain? Given this is an evolving conversation, it's understandable if there's some confusion here, but we have been having this discussion as a community to kind of evolve the terminology around what we're doing. Nice. Smart L2, very good. Very, very good. Okay. Yellow Lemming still in the lead, followed by Funny Condor. 3 questions to go. Why is there a 7-day time frame to bridge? So if you're taking funds from Midas to Layer 1, why is there that 7-day time frame? Is it because red, we need 7 days to create a new block? Yellow, 7 days to commit to L1. Blue, the 7-day fraud-proof window. Green, 7 days to the fiat on off-ramp. What do we use that time for? Get your answers in 2 seconds. Nice, that's our fraud-proof window. Very good, very good. Fraud-proofing. All right. A few more questions to go. How is Midas different from other L2s? Decentralized storage and on-demand loading. We have the cheapest gas fees, security and speed, or green, all of the above. All of the above, that's right. We're edging out the competition in a lot of ways, but very good. Okay, here we go. Green Seal, coming up. Soaring Owl with the 7 correct answers in a row. You're on fire. 2 more questions. How fast is Midas in terms of TPS, transactions per second? So what's our throughput speed like? 100,000 TPS, 2,000, 200,000, or 1,000? It's 2,000 transactions per second. When sharding is released after the merge, it's not going to happen right away. But the Ethereum transaction throughput will increase to 100,000 or so. And so then ours will increase as well. But that's not initially. So right now we're at the 2,000. Excellent. Green Seal taking the lead. Yellow Lemming knocked down. All right. Last question. For $100 USDC, Metis' decentralized storage, oh, spelling error, decreases security by not posting transaction data to L1, adds an extra layer of security, makes transaction speed slower, or makes transaction data irretrievable. Please ignore my spelling error. All right, that's right. It adds an extra layer of security. So all the data is still there. And if Memo Labs goes down, everything is still quite secure. Awesome. Okay, let's see. In third place, Funny Condor with 8 out of 11. In second place, Yellow Lemming. In first place, the winner of $100 USDC, Green Seal. Woohoo! Awesome job. And thank you to our runners up as well. Thanks everybody for playing. I hope that was fun for you. It was fun for me. We are going to, we'll do more of these, but I just wanted to introduce that game. It's something that we're doing internally as well as we like train one another and work as a team. It's a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed it. We will reach out to the winner using the Telegram handle that you submitted. So thank you so much. And that's all for today. We will catch you next week on our live stream. And that's all. Have an awesome day. We hope to see you at Decentral and Consensus.